Problem 2-4. Jamila was moving to a new city. She researched the rates charged by the local utility company for water. She found the listing of charges below. She expects that her family may use up to 1,000 cubic feet of water each month. So these are the charges that you could have. This would be $12.70 is the monthly service fee. For the first 300 cubic feet of water used, it's going to be $3.90 per 100 cubic feet, or fraction thereof. After the first 300 cubic feet, you're going to pay $5.20 per 100 cubic feet, or fraction thereof. So sketch a graph of the cost of Jamila's possible water usage in 1 month. Be sure to consider what the cost would be for partial units such as 220 or 675 cubic feet of water. All right, so we're talking about water used and the cost. We're going to sketch a graph here. So our independent variable is how much water is being used, because the amount that they're going to pay, or the cost, will depend on that, how much is being used. So you'll see my graph is set up here. I've got it set up in 100 cubic feet increments. So this would be 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we have 1,000, and so on. The cost I have set up in increments of $5, so 5, 10, 15, 20, $25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and so on. So we know here, starting out, that no matter what, just for being connected, she's going to get a $12.70 fee. So as we look here, even if she uses 0, remember this would be like 0 down here, even if she used 0 cubic feet, she would still have to pay $12.70. So that would be somewhere right around here. So we'll just go ahead and put a little point right there, because we know that that's what the cost for 0 units is going to be. You know what? We can make a little table here to help us keep track of everything. So we know for 0 cubic feet, the cost is going to be $12.70. Now it says for up to the first 300 cubic feet of water used, okay, they're going to be paying $3.90 for each 100 cubic feet, or fraction thereof. That means if they even use just the littlest bit, if they go over, then they have to pay the next rate there. So if they use 0, they'd be at $12.70, but any fraction of a cubic foot that they use beyond that is going to cost them $3.90. So if they use from 0, anything above 0 up to 100, they're going to be paying an additional $3.90. So when we take that and we add it on to 1270, we should have 1270 plus 390 should be $16.60. That's how much they would have paid, because we got to add plus 390. So if we look here, this is 5, 10, and then we have 12, but 15, $16.60 here. So we're going to put an open circle, right? Because they're not going to get charged for 0. They're going to get that $3 charge for 0 cubic feet, but they will get charged anything above that all the way over to 100. They're going to get charged $3.90. So we'll put a point here. Okay, then it says there that if we So up to 300 cubic feet. So if we go a little above 100 cubic feet, okay, so up to 200 cubic feet, we're going to be paying another $3.90 charge, which is going to take us up to $20.50. So 5, 10, 15, $20.50 here. So we're basically looking at an open circle there. It goes across to the next 100. So anything up to 200 there should be paying $20.50. Anything from 200 up to 300 cubic feet, we're going to end up with another $3.90 charge. So that's going to give us, I think, $24.40, I believe is what that is. So $24.40. So that'd be just about right here. Once again, an open circle, because we've already gotten the charge for exactly 200. And we run it across here. Close circle over here. So that's up to 300 there. Then the cost starts to jump a little bit here. But remember, these are open circles. After the first 300 cubic feet, we'll go up to $5.20 for each 100 cubic feet. So anything from 300 to 400 is going to cost us $5.20. So we're looking at $29.60 being our cost. So this is 25, so all the way up here, jumps up a little bit higher. We've already got our cost for 300, but anything above 300 all the way over to 400. And then if they went above that, 500 here, anything from 400 to 500 is going to cost us another $5.20, which is going to be $34.80. So we're at 25, 30, 35, so we're just right here. Uh, 600, it's going to cost us here another $5 and, what was it, 20 cents? So let's just go ahead and fill in the rest of our table, and then we can plot them all on there, so it'll be a little bit faster. So 600, we add $5.20. We're going to be at $40 exactly. 700, we'll be at $45.20. 800, from 700 to 800, we'd have what? $50.40. And I'm going to just move it over here. 900, so between 800 all the way up to 900 there, we're going to be at $55.60. And then up to 1,000, because that's what you predicted that they would use, somewhere up to about 1,000, we would be at $60.80. So the next part of here is just need to plot those on there. I'll plot a couple more of them here. So we're up to 500. So from 500 to 600, we're at $40. So we're at 25, 30, 35, 40. An open circle, closed circle. And then we're going to go up to 700. So we're going to be doing right around almost $45 exactly. It's 20 cents over. So an open circle, closed circle. Remember, this is open. And then we're going to go up to $50.40. And then we're going up from 800 to 900 is going to cost them $55.60. And then the last one would be $60.80. all the way up to 1,000 cubic feet. So we've sketched our graph there. It says, is this graph a function? Why or why not? And I think it's safe to say that yes, that this is a function. But why? Well, if you think about it, we could compute the cost of any amount of cubic feet of water used. We could come up with a cost for them there, so we don't really miss any values. Whatever cubic amount of water is used, whatever cubic feet is used from 0 to 1,000 and beyond, we can come up with a cost. So yes, this is going to be a function. You know, there is a possible cost for every amount of water used. You could say something like that. And then we've got part C, says, what are the domain and ranges of this function? Well, the domain, when we look at it, that's all the possible amounts of water we could use. Well, we could use anything from 0 cubic feet onward. So we're going to end up saying our domain is going to end up being, I think that they said she's going to use up to 1,000 cubic feet. So we could say our domain is going to go from 0 to 1,000. So we could say x could be greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 1,000. Or if you're doing interval notation, that would be a bracket with a 0, comma 1,000 with a bracket. Range, on the other hand, might be a little bit different, or we haven't really looked at a lot of ranges that look like this, but we could say these are going to be discrete values. That go basically from $12.70 to, what was the next one we had there? $16.60. They could end up paying $20.50. They could pay $24.40 and so on there. All the way up to, I'm going to do this, dot, 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 comma, our last one there was $60.80. Just so you don't have to listen to me say them all and write them all out there. But that would be our range there. So this is our range. Our domain is right here. So it wouldn't be anything in between there. We don't have any points in between there. So those are all the possible y values we could have. They're all listed out on the table. All right, this one's gotten long enough here. Hopefully this helped you if you didn't understand. This is problem 2-4 from the homework. If you have questions, make sure you ask your teacher in class. Thanks for watching.